that finale?
I enjoyed the whole second half, to be honest. I thought, right from the start, I thought there was an intent, far different. I know the change of shape helps, but it was more than that for me. It was just, you shouldn't take to half time really to kind of re-emphasise certain points, but I thought we passed forward, we were far more competitive, played quicker passes across the surface, played into wide areas, we get crosses in the box, we actually looked like the team I want us to be. And whether the change of shape helped, I think it did, but it was more than that. As I said, I thought that everybody loves a late winner, but it's 3 away games now, we've come from behind, and we set out with a team with a lot of St Mirren in mind, away at St Mirren, where I felt in that early part of the game as an away team we were second best to second balls and not winning first headers. I thought we were opposite of that today. I thought we dealt with Livingston's directness with our big lads up top, and we picked up loads of second balls. We just didn't play with enough tempo on the back of it. You see second half, it's quick free kicks, 2v1s, throw-ins quicker, everything was so pedestrian, would be too harsh, but I've just not at the tempo that's going to get the job done for us, to be honest. And we're so annoyed with the goal we lose. It's too simplistic, it's no good enough. We've done a video yesterday on the boy Smith. A lot of the video was him driving in the pitch, either with his final pass or his shot. We've got to do better to show him on the outside. We've got to then, if he does come inside, he's got to be running onto a Hearts player, into a body. Not having a free shot or goal from 20 to 25 yards, it is simply not good enough, that. And we've managed to dig ourselves out today and win a second half with a strong performance that allows us to win the game, but we can't keep coming from behind in that. So that goal we lose isn't going to get the job done. Part of the first half, I was actually alright with it, I thought, until we lost the first goal. But when you lose a goal like that, you then start to scrutinise everything. You start to question shape, personnel, everything, and there was no need for it. There was no need for it if we just defend our goal better in that instance. And you know, I thought as an away team coming, we were okay in the first half, but we needed to just be a wee bit, a big bit more, play with a bit more courage in the first half. We get plenty of that in the second half. We get an early goal, which always helps. The fans then, you feel the strength of Hearts. You see that with the support. You see what we are as a club. And the game was exactly how I wanted it to be, except the referee get involved and stop-start. How we had 9 bookings there, I think it is, in a game. It was stop-start, no advantage played for both teams, too many stoppages, no every challenge was a foul, but it seemed to be, it just heard this whistle the whole game. And it disrupted the flow, obviously substitutions disrupt the flow and all the rest of it. The good thing for me is I feel like a lot of the bigger clubs that you see, I thought we had the answers on the bench again, you know, and I think we've got game changers and guys that can make a difference. But I want to be guys making the difference when either we're drawing the game or winning the game, to go and reinforce a lead or to get us from a drawing position into a winning position. Don't always, it's good that we've got that coming, that to turn to, and there's no doubt Kazarides did well. I'm talking too much by the other side. Kazarides done great, and he gives us that natural width. Now he tells me he's far happier on this side than he is on that side, and I get that. He scores his winning goal coming in, but he had such a big influence on the game. And he gives us I thought McInnes was outstanding at right back second half, and the shape certainly helped us. But we far more competitive, played forward, asked the question of Livingston. Livingston were struggling to catch a breath and take part in the game. And that's what I need us to be. And with that crowd behind you, you always feel that another goal's coming. Thankfully, we don't need to be talking about Braga's miss, even though I brought it up. But I always felt it was another winner opportunity coming. And thankfully, Kizzy gets the winner. And it was no more than we deserved. I thought we were a better team. And you can question the first half, but I actually thought for a lot of it we were okay in the first half. Just okay. We should have been a bit more courage, I think, in possession, because winning first headers, second balls, I just thought we needed a wee bit more courage what we'd asked for, and we got a bit more at the second half.
Is it a compromise that you have to make when you're picking your team? Opt against getting that natural width in early? I mean, the more structured you were at the start of the game, but when you've got that invention you turn it.
Yeah, and again, for the ones who were there, and all the local boys, we played, I felt when we played St Mirren, I had kind of, here we are, and then I had didn't have that player to turn to, and it was we get the game the wrong way round that game. Whereas we've tried to do it the other way this time and be a bit more structured and a bit more in charge of the game and a bit less dramatic, which we were until we lose the goal we lose. The goal we lose is awful, awful goal. It's not going to be, it's no good enough, no good enough. So then you start to question everything, and it shouldn't be like that.
You're top of the league. I watched one of the games with big crowd there. They go away. You're top of the league. It must.
Yeah, it's a good win. 10 points for 12 is always a strong start. I said to players before the game, I know it's early on, but any time you've got a chance to go top of the league, you've got to try and take that, and we worked towards that today, and I'm glad that we've got sent the punters home happy, because then there's nothing worse than losing or drawing a game or dropping points going into an international break as a manager, because then you start a lot of soul searching. We've got a normal working week this week, we'll get a bounce game into the boys who need it. It pleases me no end, the celebration for the subs when that goal goes in. I turn around and I see the boys in the stands celebrating as if they're involved, and every player was here from a Parks perspective, turning up off their own back, all the injured ones being here and sharing in the moment. So it was a really good dressing room at the end of the game. We don't get too high with the win, but when you've got a crowd like that, it's hard not to be. So we'll enjoy the night, and then back to work on Monday, and we'll start to analyse a bit of that, and there's plenty to look at.
It's good to get a go. Was it good to get a go his debut as well? From some things there.
Oh boy, he is, man. I think he's going to be brilliant for us. When I first set eyes on him about 4 weeks ago, he epitomises kind of robustness, smoothness. He's just like, where's his faults? I don't think he's got a fault as a midfielder. He can do everything. We played him narrow off the left, we went on to go and he gets his shot away and he makes a brilliant run across the back line. He sees the space, he drives into it with the ball or without the ball. He looks after the ball, he's composed, he's got a change of pace. When I've watched, and I'm going to say, I don't want to put too much pressure on him as a thing, but I'm going to. When I watched his video clips for the first time, the only player who I've ever signed who gave me something similar was James Maddison. And the different types of players. But I remember watching James Maddison clips and my head of recruitment saying, we can get this boy if we can do this. And I just thought, he's not going to come to us, and he did, and we got him, and we loved working with him. And I felt it's from that moment when we said, let's try and do it. The club have done so much good work to get him here. We've signed him on wages at our Hearts wages, so it's not as if but there's a significant fee there involved, but I think the fee is well justified, to be honest. So everybody from a Hearts perspective who has got him here, the board, the support we've had, the recognition that we're signing good players with real potential, and we've signed a lot of players who have played at a lower level, and because with analytics we feel as though they've got that big move in them. This boy looks a bit more ready-made for us now, and from that side, you see him today, he's a bit a Rolls Royce the way he moves. He's just so natural, and he's going to do well for us. I've no doubt about that.
Do you think he just adds just a different dimension to what you
Yeah.
do, the profile of midfielders you've got at the moment?
I think, as I said, I think that he can pass, he can handle the ball, he can play in tight areas, but if he sees a space, he's filling it. He's driving into the ball, he's running off the ball. You can see even in the short spell today, I think he had 2 shots, a run that he runs over the back of their line. You can see why he's got goals and assists, the way he plays the game. So, and I think he can play part of the midfield 3, he can play part of the midfield 2, he can actually play tucked in off a side, certain games as well. So he's not a 6, an 8 or a 10, I'm fed up with that. People saying, oh, we need a 6 and we need an 8 or 10. Just want my midfielder to be a midfielder, and he's got a bit of everything.
In terms of Kazarides, do you take a lot of confidence from his performance off the bench today that he can become more of a main starter?
Well, that's it. Yeah, but I've got to make sure that when we come away from home as a Scottish football, we've seen that at St Mirren, and we've got to make sure we do what needs to be done at the start. Kizzy has, when the game gets stretched and we can play on the outsides of teams, I think Kazarides is a fantastic outlet for us and can be a game changer. His best performances, I may say his only performances have come as a sub, but his best performances have come when the game gets stretched and has that impact. and he'll have been disappointed today because we lined up a couple of times of training and he was in the team, and but we changed. We went with in a different way with him being able to come on. So no, he's getting closer, and he's more than played his part in the short term with us. And the fans, as I say, have really taken to him as well, which is important for any player.
Is the German goalkeeper close there?
I've nothing. I don't know where we are with that one. We're hoping that we can have some sort of announcement on one more signing before the window closes, and if that is a bit more concrete, then you will know that when the club announces it. But I'm not sure where it is at the minute.
Take it, Braga and Halkett, they were fine coming off. There's no injury issues.
No, Craig had been booked, and I wanted to go back four, and kind of made that decision really with that one. So no, nothing. He's fine, and you know there's no issues with Hulks, and Braga's just cramp. And he come off. So again, you know that freshness of Elton coming on. I always thought you're always reluctant to take Shankland or Braga off, particularly Shankland when you're needing a winning goal, because you always think you'll get that opportunity. But Elton come on, it was good for him. But no, everybody else is fine.
And it was also good to have Jota, get him back involved as well.
Yeah, we thought long and hard about our subs as well, because obviously I've got decisions to make, not just for my starting team, but for our subs. And we wanted, because McInnes is more than comfortable at right back as long as he's got a winger outside him. And we wanted to make sure that was the case. We kind of thought Yenge would play off a side. We thought they would go with the two big strikers. So we set up to make sure that we were robust enough to deal with that. But when we went to back four, as long as there's a winger in front of O'Shane, he was so effective. I mean, he dealt with every Livingston player that came out his way there, and did it well. And Jota, we just thought that a lefty came on the pitch, right he came off the left with Kazarides. We were runners from midfield with Azure. We could see that playing out for us. We would get a bit of kind of joy from that. Thankfully we did.
Talk about the soft goal. Xander looked pretty frustrated at getting past him. Is he struggling about with confidence at the minute?
I think I've not seen the goal back. My first feeling, and I'm just disappointed that he's got a free hit at our goal. I need to look at it back. But listen, I'm here to support all the players. Some players will be more confident than others, and that's the way it goes. It speaks in troughs for them, but you know it's a lot of people are still working for their best form. So you know we'll enjoy the win, and we'll not be too much critique on individuals. You know.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.